So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I don't really have a tremendous amount to say to you, except I want to tell you a story of what happened to me last night. Joker, you, damn it. Okay, when I record things directly to YouTube, my webcam software pops up and just right in the middle of my screen half the time. But anyway, Joker, you know the story already since you were there, but I figure it's worth telling to everyone here. Um, I brought my snowmobile in with Joker's help to the shop about two weeks ago and change, about 2.5 weeks ago. Actually, I believe it was 2 weeks ago. No, 3 weeks ago now. It was a Friday way back, and I brought it in for new shocks. My suspension was pretty haggard, and just general like tune it up for the season kind of stuff. The guy had it. He's a really good guy. I like the mechanic a lot, but he had the sled for 2 weeks and a bit. Almost was it two? It's almost two. I don't know how long it was ago, but it was a while. He had the sled for a while, and I called him to check on the progress, and he was like, "Well, they sent us the wrong shocks, so we'll get them replaced and whatever." Um, they didn't actually get them replaced because the shocks for it don't exist. It's a 2003 snowmobile, and the model that year was the last year that they made the model that I have, and since only 400 of them were sold in all of 2003, they just stopped making the parts for them too. So, and the reason that the shocks are kind of hard to come by is because the sled weighs 550 pounds dry, whereas a modern sled now weighs about 430. So it's significantly heavier. And also we add me on the top, we're looking at 825 pounds ish, 850 pounds with all my gear on. So it's heavy. It's very heavy. Like so he couldn't find factory shocks because they don't make them anymore, and he's like, I got nothing, man. If you can find something that'll work for your sled, I'll install it, but here you go, have it back. So I had it in Pittsfield yesterday. Jason goes and helps me pick it up, and he brings it up to Nick's house in Hinsdale. And I figure, hey, I'll just ride it home because, I've got a full tank of gas. Life is good. Um, Funny thing is, I thought Jason was full of it when he was like, yeah, we're not actually going to even get going until it's dark out. He was dead serious. I mean, it took us so fucking long to get everything scored away. I had to rebuild put his recoil back on, put his exhaust back on. He had to like reassemble part of his sled. And then we had to shuttle things up to Nick's house one at a time because he's only got one sled trailer. So, yeah, it was 4:30, 4:40 by the time we got going, so it was starting to get pretty dark out. By the time we got to the center of Windsor, it was night. And it took us about an hour to get to the center of Windsor. And by the time we got there, it was, like I topped off my gas tank at the top of the hill at Estes. And we're like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure I know how to get there, so it's this way. And we just start heading off into the woods. And I'm not gonna like go into real details here because it was just basically us getting lost and then trying another trail and getting lost. So we fucked around for a good hour and a half, 2 hours, and then it's 8:30 again, and here we are back in the fucking center of Windsor, and we've gone God knows where, and I am so unbelievably pissed. And Jay's like, "Well, I'm just gonna go back to Hinsdale, so I'll give you a ride if you come with me." And I was like, going back to Hinsdale is admitting defeat. That was my reasoning there. So I was like, I am not going back to Hinsdale. So Joker is amazing. He rescued my ass. For the second time, really. Like when I get stranded somewhere, I call him. I don't know why, but honestly, I cannot sit. Probably, I don't know. I was trying to think of like if there was a specific reason that I thought of him when my car died on the turnpike. Because like he's one of the only people I know of who lives close by and has a pickup truck. So his name is at the top of my mind for dealing with my sled. Also that he's, you know, an amazing friend and is willing to do shit like this. But he met me up at Missy's uh, backyard, and I drove my sled into his truck and we dropped it off at my house. And then I showed him a cool movie, which I would like to. I'll throw it down, the name of it down in the penis bar, and maybe a link to like IMDb or something. But it's called Running Scared. It's an '80s cop movie. It's one of the funniest. It's a really funny movie. I like finding random movies like this on Netflix and sharing them with you guys. But anyway, Joker was the man for coming and rescuing me because I got my sled home with him, and then we hung out for a while, and then he took off back to his house, and I this morning lit out on my sled again, only starting from my house and went towards Windsor. And I was like, I can figure this out. I mean, like it's easy for me to get to Windsor. Um, and I got there, and I realized that I rode past at least twice the trail that I should have taken. Um, yeah, like had I not just like been an asshole and gone straight, I would have actually made it back to my house. Now, the reason I missed the trail is because no one had been down that trail since the snow and the ice and shit that we had the other day. Like it was Tuesday. Yeah, it was Tuesday day. We had like 5 inches, 5, 6 inches of snow, and then it rained. We had freezing rain and shit. So there's, you know, an unbroken crust on the trail that I should have taken. So I'm driving down, and where I see today, there's tracks going off to the left into the woods towards Worthington, where I'm supposed to be going. There wasn't anything there that night. And it was also dark, so it was hard to see that there was a trail there anyway. But like, I drove right past my turn a couple of times because we made a giant fucking circle in Windsor. But now I know desperately, like not desperate, that's the wrong word. Definitively, thank you. Definitively how to get from Windsor to my house and back. The only downside for the days, like last night and today, is my face is wind burned, and I was starting to work on some frostbite right here. Like this hurts right around here, both sides. Not nearly as bad as when I went out with Missy on her sled the first time I ever went out. Because I wore my motocross helmet and goggles, and I did get frostbite on my face. Like this part of my face right here under my goggles was rigid. It was frozen solid, and like I could tap on it, and the whole, like I had no feeling, and it was starting to turn colors. Like I had giant like purplish red marks on my face for a week and a half. I'm kind of happy that I don't have scars from it, but I'm kind of disappointed too, because that would have been really cool to have like fucking marks on my face. Um, I don't know. I'm the kind of guy who likes scars, so that's that. Um, but yeah, I I was talking about my face. So the reason that my face is like that is because last winter when I was wearing my motorcycle helmet on my sled, if I went fast enough, I could close the visor. If I was going like 35, 40 miles an hour, there was enough wind through it that it wouldn't fog up. Like it would stay clear, just like it does in the summer, which is awesome. I try that now, and I don't know if it's colder or what, or the airflow is different. I don't know what the hell is going on, but my fucking helmet, it doesn't fog up, it frosts over. So I can't just like wipe it and make it go away. So I'm wearing it like all the way open most of the time. And then when I start picking up speed or going through some stuff where there's hanging down stuff, I flip it halfway down. I actually got going so fast on a straight section, a pretty flat trail, that the wind snapped the visor shut. That scared the crap out of me. But yeah, the point that I'm making here is I bought a fucking real snowmobile helmet, not a motorcycle helmet, and it's got a big like aviator mask, so I breathe out the sides of my helmet and it doesn't actually hit the visor. So hopefully that'll make it better for riding. And now I just need to figure out like what shocks I can put in the sled. So I really did not intend this to be a fucking 10-minute post, but it was. Whoa, Jesus. My desk is a mess. I'm trying to clean it up. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it has been awesome. Ooh, one last thing before I go. No pants, by the way. I know you've seen this before, but today I rebuilt it, and also I got batteries for my laser. Yeah, it's ridiculously bright. But I rebuilt it. There are no wobbles in any of like the barrel or anything. Like the only wobbles are on the stock and stuff that I can't control. But it is dead solid. It's got a high precision barrel in it now. It's awesome. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing else to say to you folks. It's been a tremendously cool day. But I'm gonna go get something to eat and then probably go to sleep because I have clinicals in the morning and I gotta get up fucking early for that, like 6:30 in the morning. Not really a fan of that, but I get to be a paramedic, which is kind of cool. So take it easy.